Welcome to
Hello,
the Watch Her Work
hello.
show. We're back as a whole team. Kelsey, you're back.
The team
Welcome.
back. We got the band back together.
We got the band back together. I didn't realize till we went in studio just how sunburned my nose was from being outside for a student event all day.
I keep messing with the
So
lighting over here.
yeah, you get
It's
to
a lot.
see full bozo. Yeah, we can see. Yeah, let's test out. That's dark. That's not good either. That kind of blends together. Maybe we'll go with this. That's better.
Yeah, you know what?
Um
It's like end of summer. That's a very like end of summer fall transition look that I know that look. I
yeah.
um I probably have some of that look. I just also wear makeup. So I don't know if it's quite as quite as red, but that's
You
probably
know,
going to be me the next show we have after our weekend this weekend. So
that's right. I'm should be used to it at this point. I should have a better routine in the morning to put sunscreen on every day.
you gotta
But I
listen,
gotta stop.
sunscreen companies, if you would like to sponsor us, this is a great
Hit it up.
show.
Yeah, two very fair skinned people.
Two very fair skinned people who believe in
Let's go.
sunscreen. You gotta. That's how you preserve your skin. That's like the best number one skincare tip that every
Yeah,
skincare I'm into skincare. If we want to talk skincare,
yeah,
we can get into it. I have some recommendations for good sunscreen, but that's like the number one thing every skincare person ever tells you is sunscreen, sunsceen, sunscreen. It's the
absolutely.
one
And
thing you can do.
I have some amazing Doveman Plus Care face lotion
There you
with
go.
SPF in it that just stared at me in the face this morning as I was getting ready. And
Make sure
bro,
you're using enough of that though,
I
because if
know.
it's a moisturizing sunscreen, sometimes people don't use enough. We
Seriously.
had to for to graduate from high school when some kids were doing we had to do CPR training.
Uh-huh.
It was
What?
like it truly was a
Wow.
graduation requirement was to do CPR training. So they could only train half of us at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So when one half of the class was doing CPR training for like however many days it was, I think it was a few days, the other half would do these sort of like mini sessions and classes. And one of them was on like sun safety.
Stop it.
One was like they brought in massage chairs and you like sat and got a 15-minute shoulder massage. Like there was all these random things they did. But one was sun safety and they brought out shot glasses and filled them with sunscreen. And they were like,
Oh,
how much of your body do you think this is supposed to cover? And it was like one section of your arm that like a shot glass full of sunscreens, like an arm's worth of sunscreen.
that is absurd to like show to high schoolers, but
Yeah.
now like in my brain makes complete sense. Like
Yes.
I can grasp that
Yes.
a shot glass of sunscreen for an arm. I feel like I could like put that on my
Like
hand
that's
and say
so much
that's probably a
sunscreen.
shot's glass worth.
And I'm like, I don't think I ever use that. Like,
Oh,
I think
nobody
it's
does.
just about a sun. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is like an outdated lesson. This was over a decade ago. But like, I do think you're supposed to use probably that size just for your face and neck.
Totally. Yeah.
Maybe just your face. I don't know. It's a
That
lot.
makes
You're supposed to
sense.
use a lot.
Yeah. I'm glad we're not doing the show in 2 days where instead of red nose, you get like peely nose. So here we go. Yeah. See, Rune, exactly it. High
I thought it
schoolers
was
do know how
smart.
much. Yeah.
That was really
Um,
smart of them.
another indicator that Kelsey and I went to very different high schools. uh,
That's actually one tidbit about my high school that I'm not sure accurately reflects my high school experience. That's I will say that is one that it was like a bit of a shit show that week of school.
That's incredible. We have friends. We got friends here with us. Getty first.
Hello
We'll
and
drink to that.
welcome. I've missed you
We'll
all.
drink to that. There you
I
go.
have Sprite
Um,
today. I do have a
oh,
sour in the fridge. Maybe I'll go get.
yeah, that's good. We just had a day, so we went with some uh I forget what the brand. We went new drinks this week,
Nice.
trying out new beers. So we have like a Kolsch from South Dakota, a couple from Colorado, and this is like an apricot extra pale ale or something from Colorado. So enjoy it.
Cool.
Whoever you are, sponsor us. That'd be great.
Yeah, like a fruity
It's kind
IPA.
of like a dry, fruity, hoppy
Okay.
kind of thing.
Nice.
I usually don't go for like sweets in the drink.
Mhm.
Like I need like dry and hops.
Oh,
This
the
has
hops
just
give me
enough.
heartburn.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
most things give me heartburn,
We're
so it's not it's not unique to that.
I'm glad that we're at that space in our life that yes, I can have about one before heartburn really starts to
Yeah.
set
I
in.
gotta
So
also drink beer or wine before I eat so that I can enjoy it before It gives me heartburn, so but I do like a
Uh,
fruity beer. I like a blueberry beer. I love a Beta strawberry, a Beta purple
okay.
haze.
A Abita strawberry is the exception. A
Okay.
Abita is
Wow.
incredible. Yeah.
Yes. So
Mhm.
good. So, so good.
Yeah. Shout out New Orleans.
Shout out New Orleans. A
Welcome
Beta sponsor us.
to watch us be 30 years old and talk about
Yeah.
sunscreen and heartburn. Welcome back, Attack. Glad to have you here. ATCJ, always in the house. Great member of the team. Right meow here. High schoolers. Hit up that aloe, Kevin. We have because I have a spouse and a child with about the same skin complexion as me. We have the whatever the huge Target brand aloe bottle in the bathroom that's going to get used tonight.
There you
Absolutely.
go.
Chocolate beer. Ooh. Let's talk about
Oh,
that.
is that like a thick malty
Mhm.
situation?
I can do
I
that when
gotta
it's cold outside.
I
The
gotta
month
do
of
more
August is my
exploring
thing.
on, yeah, like,
Yeah.
types of beers I like, because I
Mhm.
will reach for a Guinness and enjoy it, which
Mhm.
I forget. Um, but I'm also really into sours right now.
Oh. Is as sour seems like
Ooh, this sounds really
the
good.
thing for drinkers.
Summer of sours.
It's having a moment, and it's not.
Yeah.
I haven't caught up to it yet, but that's interesting. Yeah.
That's good.
There we go. Just wait till we
Sure
get like
is with this show
heartburn
too.
halfway through the show. Yeah. And congrats, Kelsey.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah. Welcome to Married World. Yeah.
Yeah, we got
Um,
our, marriage certificate in the mail, so we did the paperwork
excellent.
right. We were like, "Maybe we're not married." I don't know if Mike has shared our dilemmas of that on camera yet, but we read on the internet what we needed to do. We called people to confirm. We were told the wrong information. We showed up in person. We're given correct information, and we're able to make it all happen. But a friend of ours officiated our wedding, and we thought she had to drop it off in person,
Mhm.
and she was not able to be there during weekday hours because she lives in Massachusetts. She has children. There was stuff going on. So we were like, okay, we're
Mhm.
just gonna get married Friday. We'll just get married Friday. We'll do the wedding Saturday. We'll have like
Yep.
we'll check the boxes on Friday.
Mhm.
So we had this whole plan. So we go like Thursday to get our marriage license. And the woman's like, no, you can just mail it. Here's the here's the pre-addressed envelope. So we're like, never mind, you don't have to be here. Like, get here when you get here. You don't have to be here early so we can check the boxes Friday when everything's back to normal. But man, when I tell you the stress level that we felt trying to figure out if we were actually going to be able to be married
The
was a
absurd things you
whole,
run into in a marriage week,
oh, goodness.
that's exactly it. Um, okay, a double chocolate stout sounds like a lot. It's 90 degrees out today, where I'm at in
Double
Lincoln. I
chocolate
could not do
stout.
a double chocolate stout in
That's
my body.
dessert. Like, do you guys
Yeah.
put whipped cream on that?
Oh my
It
god.
feels like, no, I'm serious. I feel like that's like, I might put whipped cream on that on that beer. Like that's double chocolate stout.
A little like graham cracker garnish. Like there we go.
Yeah.
Um, I'm totally on
Sour
board. We
hour.
need off
We'll
season
need to
content.
do
Yeah,
we'll need
let's
to do
do
a
our
sour hour.
yep. That's our off season show
I do
that we
think
do.
probably the Friday happy hour slot is gonna be my best, time frame for streaming potentially with my new work schedule. So
There we go. That's what we'll have to do.
we may have to pivot.
And I'm
You'll
we'll
be
make
drinking
that
from the
my work
office.
schedule too. Yeah. Um, Kelsey, the WNBA is still happening.
Yeah, we love it. We love it.
Despite it feeling like games were like a week ago, it was only Sunday night that we
Yeah.
had semifinal action for the WNBA playoffs with
Yeah.
the Storm and the Aces in the early
Yes.
game, Sky and the Sun late game. I got to talk about it quite a bit with Mike on the morning show and when we were kind of chatting to ourselves on playback with the WNBA collector crew
Yes.
without the game actually working. But what are
Oh,
your
I didn't realize
takeaways
the
from
game hadn't
the
worked.
game? The only part of the game that worked was the last 90 seconds. We talked as just bubbles on a blank screen for 2 hours,
No way.
which I think is pretty heroic for us.
I'm so sorry I didn't tune in. I had the game on and I kept being like, I gotta tune in, and then I was too into it.
Completely
Too much happening.
understandable. We're totally fine there. What are your takeaways from those games on Sunday?
Oh, this is gonna be so fun. I want 7 games each. I think after that first matchup, they should have said, actually, we're gonna go to 7. I don't think anyone would have been mad.
Nope.
I think there's
CC
a part of
Kathy.
me that wonders if these are gonna be more competitive than the finals. But I do think like whoever makes it through, them against each other, obviously going to be another competitive game. But just like these matchups are so good.
Yeah.
And I feel like every day, every hour, probably you could ask me who I think's going to win, and my answer is probably different. Like I went into this like Aces for sure win the whole thing.
Yep.
I still think I'm still rooting for the Aces, but I'm also rooting for Sue Bird. And I think the storyline of her winning and her retirement season is awesome. I think that would be so cool. I keep wondering if every time we see Candace play, if she's just going to like sneaky retire and this is the last time we see Candace play. So part of me is like, part of me wonders if she wins, if she'd retire and be like, that was it, I'm going to leave on back-to-backs. Like, yeah. And the Sun, like it's like always the bridesmaid, never the bride, but championships. Like they are so good so often, and they just can't make it happen in the playoffs. So to see them win against the Sky the other night was really fun and gave me some hope for them. It seems like they've figured that out a little bit better. And so, yeah, I think it's going to be awesome, awesome basketball.
I agree. I'm still a couple days out from that. I think I'm just as pessimistic about the Aces as I was kind of after that game on Sunday. I think I went to Mike's. I did on Morning Marketplace and say like Kelsey Plum is not going to shoot 2 for 10 again, like from 3. Like that's completely an aberration and not something that's you can really count on. But just what the Storm was able to throw at the Aces on a continual basis. When you have Brianna Stewart doing like little like Hakeem Olajuwon like dream shakes with a Dirk Nowitzki like one-footed step back on top of that, it's absurd. Like what are you going to do? That's impossible.
Well, and they held Asia. I forget how many points she ended up having, but like
she had 8
points, I think. Yeah, like Asia. I mean,
1 field goal attempt in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, wild.
Unreal.
Wild. So I do think like the ceiling for the Aces is higher still. But I was listening, I don't know if you listened to the Spinsters podcast. Yep. So they had the See You in the Lobby crew on the other day. Yep. And I was so surprised. So Matt Allentuck and Marissa Coleman, I think the two of them were See You in the Lobby, and they both picked Seattle to win that series. And so I was like, I trust that they know more than me. Like there are people who I'm like, your opinion really matters, and I think you're really smart and you're locked into the W. Yeah. But I was surprised they both were like, no question, it's Seattle. And their main argument was pretty much like they have more depth. They have more players that can come off the bench and help out. They can give, their starters some more rest minutes kind of in game. And I think there is truth to that. Like, I do think that's a great point. I don't know. I haven't seen, and maybe we did, maybe, the other day was the fatigue from the Aces, but I don't know. For me, it doesn't feel like it's Aces fatigue. It just feels like an off night.
Yeah. They look so out of sorts. Like when you have Jackie and Chelsea like run into each other, as Asia's trying to like outlet the ball to him, and that goes out of bounds. And you have multiple times Chelsea Gray in the huddle just like telling people to calm down and just like doing like the chill out like hand motion. Totally get that, like this is not the Aces kind of game that you can expect going forward.
I think the nerves are out, and I think they're the better team. People disagree with me, but I don't know.
I don't know that I disagree like that strongly. I just feel like over the course of 5 games that like Seattle, if Seattle gets 2 more, I feel like I absolutely believe that and probably foresee that as like a more likely scenario than we get less like the big 3 for Vegas just like blowing up, especially like the drop off between like the third best player on, or the fourth best player on Las Vegas to the fourth best player on Seattle, and what they have kind of after that is just, it seems a lot greater kind of this series than it did for Vegas at really any other
Do we
point.
know when Hamby is back?
Sounds like she's doing like shooting drills, but they still like are ruling her out for game 2 technically. It sounds like she could still play, but they don't sound
I
optimistic
imagine
about
they
it.
rush that if they have to, but if she's not at full strength, like you can leave Kia Stokes in there. But that feels like the other piece for the Aces, where I kind of have to remind myself that they're firing on 4 cylinders, maybe, and not 5, or like 4.5. And Seattle without Gabby Williams, but I do think Seattle has some more people on the bench that can come in and kind of make more of an impact. But yeah, I don't know. I still think the Aces take it.
I think what we really need to do as a takeaway from this is just call Kathy incessantly and demand we get 7 games of it. Yeah, move the best 7. No one's going to be mad.
Would that change your opinion on this series, or do you think it's?
I think I would lean even harder Seattle if it went to 7 games, just because as bruising as that could be.
Yeah.
I
think that's when the depth comes into play more. Like I think 5 versus 7.
Yeah. I think the spicy version of Sue Bird that we're getting.
She's been so good
in game 1. Like she was in Kelsey's face a lot. Kelsey Plum was like clearly frustrated, clearly talking a lot, and like Sue Bird's just getting into her face about it was pretty great for someone kind of on their way out in the league.
I think Seattle has the intangible piece that you kind of need to win a championship right now. That there's something about that team. And maybe it's not that, it's a question mark of like, what is that something? I think it's that Sue Bird's retiring. And so they're playing, they're playing for her. But I think it is sometimes those extra pieces that make a championship team. So ask me in an hour. I'll be
exactly. Seattle. And then tomorrow Vegas will put up 110 points, and everything that we just said.
We'll be like, wrong. I was right. And then we'll go back and forth. What are your thoughts on Chicago, Connecticut?
Oh, I was going to ask you, so I didn't have to be the first one with thoughts. That
one's tough for me.
It's tough for me. I think that.
Who do you want to win, and who do you think will win?
I want this guy to win, and I still think that this guy are probably going to win this series. The same way we talked about this on Sunday, the same way that they just sort of fell apart in that first game against New York. And then
we're completely in control.
Completely dominant.
When New York had flashes of like, we might come back, they were just like, no,
we're going to stay up by 40.
I don't
foresee that kind of turnaround happening against a Connecticut team that's frankly a lot better than New York is. But I think that they're going to be able to grind out 3 wins in a series against. I think there's so many things for Connecticut that can kind of easily go wrong. I don't think Jonquel is the reliable scorer this year that she was last year. I don't think DeWanna Bonner's shot is the same.
If like it's Jonquel that's unreliable, or if they're not figuring out how to utilize her.
That's fair.
Because they don't like. I've seen this take 100 times on Twitter with the Connecticut Sun, and Mike yells it all the time during those games. He's like, "Why are you not giving her the ball on the post every time? She's bigger than everyone else down there. Like, let her get to the line, do what you got to do. And then at least if you're doing that, like you're creating more space if you're going inside, like give her the ball, run the offense through your best player. Like, why are you not giving your best player chances to score? I don't know. And it's probably more complicated than that. Like, I do think I should probably spend one of these games left just watching Jonquel and like the defense on Jonquel the whole time. Like, that probably is a more fair assessment. But it feels like often I'm like, there she is, she's open, or there she is, she has a mismatch, or there she is, like she could definitely score over this person. and it just doesn't feel like it happens.
No, I mean, you have to tell Courtney Williams to like not take like wild 18 footers different times down the court. And I think I think there's a reason that it's just happened all year, and we just haven't gotten like a fully like for long stretches like Jonquel Jones like clicking, which is ridiculous to say because she's still like a first team all defense. It's going to be like first or second team all NBA. But there's something about that team that just like,
yeah,
you forget that she's on the court for periods of time. The worrying thing for Chicago, and the thing that like would make me worried if I like really planted my flag in Chicago winning this, is that Azurá Stevens and Allie Quigley just got beat up on Sunday, like by Alyssa Thomas, by Brianna Jones. Like they got just killed on defense, after loose balls, going after rebounds. Alyssa Thomas was just a straight problem for Chicago. And if she's able to maintain that, that could be kind of the force that would just like disrupt Chicago enough to not really get in their kind of like style of offense to do enough to win the series. Yeah.
Yeah, this is an offense wins games, defense wins championship situation on our hands. For sure. No, and I think Connecticut has done a good job. I think they showed in that first game that they've kind of figured Chicago out. And I forget, I feel like Chicago also wasn't shooting as well as they normally do. I don't know if that was necessarily all a result of the defense. I mean, I think you can give the defense a good amount of credit for that, but I do think there's still like room to improve for Chicago. So again, going to be a great series, but yeah, there's a consistency piece to Chicago and a playoff performance record for Chicago. They've been there, they've done this. They're very composed. It feels like in the playoffs, they often feel in control of the game. If not always. Like, I don't know if there's a team that I trust more from that, like controlling the game aspect. They are very good at that. And that feels like it could make a huge difference. So
yeah, and that's a great take from ATCJ Center. Like, it does seem like at times kind of a mishmash or sort of like a wrong focus on their offense, that they have like such strong post players, but we still such a focus
with big players.
Exactly. Yeah. Completely that. Kelsey, you went to a playoff game.
I did.
You went to game 3 of New York, Chicago.
The 9 p.m. game in New York. Yeah. We decided, I think, the same day we were going to go.
Right.
We got tickets pretty close. When you're a WNBA fan, you can basically buy tickets for NBA prices, but get closer to the floor. So we did that. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Liberty games are so much fun.
That place was rocking.
Yeah, it was so cool. And I think that's, I think it's only up from here. I think that that team had an exciting push at the end of the season, and hopefully that's where they start off next year. But
anything after 9 p.m.
Oh my God. We were like, do we do this? This feels bad. But we did, and it was worth it.
But it was, I mean, one of the great moments of postseason already is when Sabrina missed that free throw and then hit a turnaround 3 right after. And Barclays just erupted.
It went nuts. It went nuts. And there was this tiny glimmer of hope that they might come back in that moment. And Chicago is like, no, it's okay.
Yeah. Chicago is just, again, flipping their championship switch.
Yeah, but so cool to see Chicago players live too. Like to see Candace play, to see playoff Copper in real life. She's so fast. It's like a lightning bolt moving across the floor. It's just like unbelievable.
An amazing ability to get the basket. That just
so good.
Surprises me every time.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Okay.
I looked for Chicago tickets because we're gonna be in Chicago. And I was like, will we be there? But they'll be in Connecticut when we're out there. So
unfair. Yep. Did you make a call on that series? What do you think between Sun and Sky?
I think the Sky ticket.
Sky ticket. Okay. Yeah. So we'd get a Sky. You're leaning towards a Sky Aces final.
Which when I think about that, I'm like, that's kind of boring. Give me one of the other teams. So like, it's hard for me, but I do think, I don't know. I wish my takes were spicier.
No, give
I
us
think Chicago's gonna win, but I think I do kind of want the Sun to win. I want the Sun to go. But here's my problem. Here's what I'm struggling with. I think if the Sun make it to the finals, that thought process has to carry through. Where I'm like,
mhm,
okay, now I want them to finally get their win.
mhm.
But I've been rooting for the Aces. It's like Aces and Liberty, which I was like, I'm not gonna have to pick one of those. Like, we're probably fine. It's just gonna be the Aces when push comes to shove. So I've been rooting for the Aces, but then it's Sue Bird and it's Candace Parker. So it's I
Yeah,
just part of me is like, you can't lose. Like, this is just really good basketball.
right.
But I do think I notice it when games are close. I start to feel who I'm rooting for more than the other, and I was
Mhm.
rooting for the Sun more than Chicago the other night.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
It's like the
still
coin flip thing, you're like, you know which
right.
one you wanted to land on. I
Yeah.
That's how I figure out who I'm rooting for. It just sort of happens naturally.
I find that interesting with, like, some of the other, like, takes out there from people in New England who just want bad things to happen to Connecticut, just in general. So, I think this is wholesome. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta
We're
support those one. They've been so close so many times.
I
I
totally
want
get it.
Jonquil to get her flowers. I feel
Yeah.
like she's such a good player, but I just don't know, like, I don't know, that's the kind of thing that puts some respect on her name, you know?
Yeah.
She's like I like the Aces mantra, none of it matters unless you win. So,
Yeah.
like, you gotta win.
I
And
completely agree.
I don't think this is the last shot for the Aces. I think they're gonna be this good for a
Mhm.
while longer.
Mhm.
I do sort of feel like if Connecticut can't pull this off, they're gonna have to mix some stuff up. Like, something's gonna have to change because
They've
this
run
sort
it
of
back
feels
like
like
4 times. Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
this.
how many runs do you get with that
Yeah.
squad? Yeah. Um, See, this is like I like this take too. Like, it is so great to just, like, live in the playoffs,
Yeah.
and maybe not necessarily have a team rooting interest, but just, like, want good things to happen for people.
I
Love to
like
see
that.
that
I
in
am
the business.
curious though if you have a team by the end of this playoff
Ooh,
series.
yeah.
You have to report back if you start to feel an allegiance forming to a specific team.
Or a team or a player or something. I
Yeah.
mean,
You
I
can
know we
pick a
had
pick
dates
yeah,
right.
pick a favorite player first.
Yeah. We have a lot of, like, Vandersloot stands, Kelsey Plum stands,
Yeah.
in the audience. So, yeah,
That's probably
we'll
how I
just
should figure out who I'm rooting for is, like, rank the players. Do my all NBA of just, like, the 4
Mhm.
all WNBA of the 4 teams left to be like, "Okay." So I think it's, like, Plum, it's Bird, it's
There you go.
Jonquil. Yeah,
Yeah, so
perfect.
that's
Great team to
we
root
already did
for.
that, yeah, but that
And
doesn't
if you
mean you have
start
to
rooting
choose
for
it.
them now,
Mhm.
when Sue leaves, you still have a very good team, but it's gonna be like a different Seattle team. It might not feel like a fair weather pick. I
Right.
think that's a good choice.
Yeah, you'll be great until Stewie leaves for New York next season.
But then you can
Uh
be like, "I was there for the rebuild." It's like it's a whole thing. That's a good team to pick right now.
That's a great. Are you ready to open some MGLE packs?
Yeah.
I've been holding on to this all day, and
Yes.
I wanna see it. I wanna
I,
see
like,
it.
kinda forgot I had it because of the, like, reserve
Right.
situation. I think I have a
So
reward I could open too.
oh, there you go. Do you wanna go first?
I can sure.
Okay.
Let's see.
What were your takes about the pack? Like, there's a lot of conversation about the $89 price point for it. A lot of conversation about uh the rewards at the end of it. Like, what are the challenges going to look like? The rewards for me seem super great, but like, what are your takes around the whole MGLE set?
I was looking at the rare moments, and
Hmm.
would not I was struggling to think which ones I would be disappointed to have.
Yep, same.
But I also, like, we're very locked into the W. So we know all of these players are very good. Obviously, some of them are gonna be worth more than others because of how other people perceive their talent and their worth and their value.
Yep.
Um, but these, like, that's the tricky thing about the W is that there's so and what's kinda cool from a collector standpoint is that there's so many good players that, like,
Hmm.
we've said it before, it feels like you really can't go wrong a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm excited about it. I think they're good.
I'm excited for you. Like,
I
I
think there's,
think
like,
every
1
one
or
of the rare
2 where
sets.
I was like, "Yeah, I mean, I guess I'd want," like, I could probably rank them, but
Hmm.
that ranking would also be based on, like, what I think is gonna hold value to other
Yeah.
people. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but let's see. Should we do the Flash Challenge reward first?
Let's do, which one is this? Is the Candace one?
I forget. Sometimes I just fill them in and I don't know what they're for. I don't really pay attention. I'm like, do I have the moments or not?
When there's like 3 overlapping challenges, it totally makes sense. Yeah, this is the elbow shot.
There we go.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah. That was funny.
So this chasing the trophy set is like, both moments for that are setting at $6. And I gotta admit, it feels like a bummer that Marianne Johannes, or Marine Johannes moment, the behind the back to Natasha Howard, is setting at like $6. Like, that doesn't seem right to me at this moment.
It
should have been.
I told myself I wasn't gonna buy stuff.
That was
so
should have
cool.
been a legendary. Yeah.
It's funny that it's still showing up. All right.
Yeah. Good luck, Kelsey. I am so hyped for this.
I like the music. I'm trying to figure out where. Okay, so that's my rare.
All right.
So the rest of them are okay.
Any comments that you were just really hoping to get?
Do you know, I don't know like what. I looked mostly at the rares and I was like, oh, the rest of them I'm fine to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Wow, we have like a whole, like, I would never have guessed the Connecticut's fan base really showing up for tonight's game.
We got an Aces, Jackie Young, most improved player, Jackie Young.
Yep.
Can you guys hear the audio?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay. I can keep it going now. All right, what we got?
Let's see. All right.
Queen. Oh, Kelsey
Mitchell. There you go.
Kelsey for Kelsey.
This is a great play.
So fun.
We love the little.
Not the best cereal, but we will take it.
I
do feel like I might line up again tomorrow now.
I think so. Honestly, that's exactly the process that I used of like, if I pull a Kelsey Mitchell, I'm lining up again. That was exactly the person.
Yeah, there were like 2 or 3 that I was like, you know, I think again, Kelsey Mitchell, excellent, underrated, like had a great season.
Yep.
Played phenomenally on a bad team. Not my, you know, top pick. And I'm trying to pull up the list again, the details of this pack, so I can my names. I'll name names.
We're pro names on this podcast. Pro names.
I feel like they had to give a Kelsey to Kelsey. So let's see. So like, yeah. Queen Egbo. I think that's cool because she's a rookie. I like the rookie ones. Sue Bird, Candace Parker, Jonquil Jones, like any of them. Incredible.
Mike Attack bringing the fever love per usual.
Again, like Queen and Nalissa, I guess I would be more excited for people like Sue Bird, Candace, than maybe the rookies. But like Sil and Sue last season.
Yep. I put this in the WCC Discord that this is low key maybe the last moment for Diana Taurasi too, depending on what happens.
Yeah, that's so true. I know, like any DT moment's great. Elena Deladon, Asia, Chelsea, Kelsey, like it's so good. I think Aerial Powers, I just don't like follow her game as much. But I guess like Kelsey Mitchell, Aerial Powers, and maybe the rookies, but like Shakira Austin, that would be fun.
Absolutely.
So like I guess Queen or Nalissa I wouldn't have been as excited about probably.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right. So Mike put a lot of words into this question. So give me a second as we can read it out. I know I'm super late, but are you all trying to collect them all / do the challenges? Is that why you want to line up again in the general versus sniping the MGLEs you want off the marketplace?
Your voice for that is perfect for the image he has. Like,
absolutely.
That is the character of his photo right now. NPR
intern that went to a school nobody knows about, but is hella prestigious. So there's like 3 questions
Kevin works
in
with the
that
people
question.
that this character was based on.
You know what? That should
Feels
be a
like a
compliment.
compliment.
Yeah.
Low key
I'm
complimentary.
glad we're on the same page. So Kelsey, you would rather line up again for packs versus trying to go up moments in
This
the
reminded me
marketplace.
that I can definitely get the moment I want on the marketplace for less money than the pack. I think if I'm
Are you
not as
sure though?
excited, probably people always undervalue W moments.
Right. Well,
If they
TST.
don't, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, because we can't, no one can list them yet, can they? Or can we? Because, like, are they in
I
the
love this
marketplace?
bit. I'm sorry. I love this bit. You probably went to Emerson and dropped out. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, you're
Go ahead.
good. It gave me time to look to see, like,
Yeah.
we probably can't list these until all the packs are
Yeah, they said the
until the
moments are
pack
going to be
drop.
locked until that
Yeah,
drop is done.
yeah,
John Boy Beats on the
yeah. No, until
TST
tomorrow. Okay.
video about the pack said that, there is 5 or 6 that are kind of going to be in that 95 to maybe like 115 kind of range for that, with the rest kind of like settling around the 80s, the 70s, and then a few kind of below that 60. Which honestly, if that's the case, I don't know that I really like want to go sniping out for like $50 or $60 kind of like rare moms. Like I don't know that I'm just
Mm.
jumping the marketplace to get an aerial powers, unless I would need it for like the Ryan Howard kind of like challenge reward if I really wanted that. So
Yeah,
I
I
feel
think the
like
thought process is like, would you rather take your chance on
mhm,
the 89 plus dollar
yeah,
moments or spend the 89 in the marketplace because you
yeah.
could probably get a lot of them for that value? I think, yeah, I don't know.
Oh my God. There's a whole lot of like New England private school shit that I don't understand in this chat, but like I'm here for it. There we go. Um we all went to anyone who went to a land grant university, start making jokes in the chat so I can understand what's going on. I'm ready to open mine.
Yeah.
This has just been burning a hole in my pocket, so let's go.
I love the Massachusetts representation in the chat right now. Like 89 for a Kelsey Mitchell. So I just got, like, part of me is like, if I really just want the 110 plus Sue Bird, I could sell my 89 Kelsey Mitchell, and instead of spending another 89 for a pack, I could just spend the extra $30 to get an
Yeah,
MGLE
but
I'm excited about.
right. I would get that. Mac Attack knows where my heart's at with this one, so we'll
There's
see
so
where we
many
go.
good ones. It does,
I
the
know.
odds of getting one I'd be excited about do feel high though. So
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see what happens tomorrow.
I will stand by that this doesn't contain like Malik Beasley's or Lonnie Walker's, so like I am fine jumping in. Okay, so that's where mine's at. Almost accidentally clicked on it doing the little circle deal. Okay.
Sorry, I'm
Bless
not
you.
in mutant time.
All right, there's my one fever. Victoria Vivens, TSD. That's nice. Ariel Atkins.
We like a debut. I'm not super excited about the commons I'm seeing so far. I need to go look at the list again.
I know. There wasn't supposed to be really many rookies in there. Okay. Triple digit Jewel.
Jewelloid playing excellent.
Unreal. This is not the
So
regular
good.
season Jewel
Oh
that we
my
had.
god,
That's amazing.
Jewelloid.
Mm-hmm.
Candace Parker, great pull.
Yeah. She's been dominant for a long time. We love some Elena Del
Did
Don.
people call her like Elena Delaware? Because if they didn't, I need everyone to go back
Missed opportunity.
and make merch.
This is
Elena Delaware's.
this is what we go back in time for, not to like
Oh no, you can't
anyone.
change.
No.
You
We're pro
married
dad
me.
joke here. Yeah.
I'm gonna make a great dad someday.
Exactly. All right, let's hope for the best with this guy. Do we get it?
Okay, now I feel like
Oh my god, we got
the
it.
Top Shot algorithm is like the
I don't know what you're
StreamYard
saying.
algorithm
Oh my
in
god.
which, like, if we mention the player right before it happens, or if you show a
Oh
comment from someone,
gosh.
they get pulled. This is nuts.
Oh my gosh.
This is our entire brand, I think, Kevin.
Oh. I am so I probably
Manifesting
woke up
through
everyone in my
dad
house right now. I am
jokes.
so hyped. Oh my gosh.
That's incredible. Congratulations. What a pull.
Oh man. I have to say I have had absolute garbage luck opening packs on this show, so for this to happen is great. I'm hyped. Holy cow. My
Yeah.
Apple Watch is asking me, "Are you okay?" Like what just happened in the last 10 seconds?
Are we doing giveaways? Because I have a hashtag.
Oh, we absolutely. Shout out Stubbs. He has sent me in the last week 5 moments to give away, and we're gonna do a couple tonight.
I think it needs to
Um,
be womanifested. Like WNBA
that's
womanifested.
excellent. Can we watch this play again? Just as I
Yeah.
was like dancing
Yes.
around,
Fire
totally
it up.
missed it. All right, let's see. Deep in the post,
I was hoping.
2
I mean, I
around.
wanted the Aces to win, but I was
That's amazing.
oh no, who did Washington? I'm already forgetting.
What's that?
Mystic Storm. There was
Yep.
a period of
Mhm.
time where I was rooting for the Mystics to win the series
Oh
against the
yeah,
Storm.
totally.
It was
Whew.
again Alana Deldon. I was excited. I was excited for her to have another moment in the sun.
I uh, completely agree. That would have been great to like throw that kind of pun would have been great to throw in a Connecticut player to have a moment in the sun, but we can use that now later. We'll just like
Yes, we have
bookmark
plenty.
that pun
We have
later
plenty.
on.
I mean, it's
Yep.
sky and sun matchup feels like an underutilized theme. I feel like they haven't
Yeah.
leaned into that yet. That you have sky, sun, and storm as 3 of the 4
Hmm.
feels like something.
Let's keep good vibes going. Let's fire up our giveaway. What's the hashtag you had?
Uh, womanifested, not
Oh
manifested.
my gosh.
Womanifested. I was
Absolutely.
trying to think of how to write manifested with a W. I was like, oh, you just say woman instead of man.
Yeah. Let's see.
Woman-ifested. It doesn't sound as good. I don't know how to pronounce, but
Wait,
it probably looks better written.
why am I getting a 404 error on the slash giveaway? What am I doing wrong? StreamYard.com/giveaway, correct?
Well, this is a nice story. Lana Del Don ended up at University of Delaware because of her
Yep.
sister.
Yep. She
That's so
left
cool.
UConn to be with her sister. And actually, I mean, got a lot of blowback from UConn fans for it at the time, but um, she really, made that decision, stuck by it, and turned out to have a really great career around it. There was this great video she did with the W Slam magazine where they showed a picture of her the first time she was on the cover of Slam magazine. And they sort of asked, like, what was this person going through? Because she was in college and stuff. And she was just like, this person was like really trying to explore like what my priorities in life are, and was like, you could tell like in that answer she's just feeling really emotional about it. So it was a huge brave decision for her to make, and that she
Yeah.
turned out to turn Delaware into this like powerhouse while she was there. Pretty
Yeah.
remarkable.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, super cool. So yeah, I will just continue to be a fan of her for a long time. So is this what we're thinking?
Yes.
Hashtag in the chat. Whoa,
Not
manifested.
woman infested. It could have just been Elena Delaware, but
Oh, no,
we're gonna save that
we
for a
love
t-shirt.
this. Yeah, start throwing that in the chat. We'll try to figure out what's the moment we're going to give away here. Again, shout out to Stubbs, who has been such a cool, supportive person.
I think if there are Mystics moments, that like gotta be a Mystics moment.
There's a Maisha Haynes Allen that we're going to give away. That's one
Okay.
of the ones that Stub gifted. So an MHA. that someone is going to manifest by putting it in the chat, as well as liking the show, subscribing to Team Hold. While you're doing it, give us a follow on Twitter, please. You can't see it because I blocked it with our screen, but it's WHW_DFS. Sign up for Team Hold Discord. Find us in the different channels there. Also subscribe to the WCC Discord, the WNBA collectors community. They're doing a lot of great things with getting folks to actual WNBA games.
I have a swag box that has been packed up as of today. I got I don't want to give away how many things are in it. There's multiple items in this swag box. And so I got about half of them before we left for the wedding. And then the other half arrived while we were at the wedding. And then it's been a couple weeks since the wedding. And it's like, we'll get it out. The goal is to make sure that swag box arrives to the recipient in time, like before any changes have been made with these series, because they're an Aces fan. And so we want to make sure they have their Aces gear to cheer them on.
This one, we'll spin it now. We got 9 folks in the chat. We're going to, winner of this gets Mesa Hands Island TSD. Let's see where this goes. We'll get another. We'll give away another one before the end of the show. Where are we at? ATCJ. That's well deserved. Someone who's always here. Always got the good comments, great knowledge. Also really good article recommendations. I know that the Alyssa Thomas Players Tribune article you recommended was amazing. And thank you for doing that. And congratulations. And we'll keep putting that in the chat. We're going to do another one before we take off for the evening. So we got games tomorrow.
We do.
Do we want to build a FanDuel lineup together?
Yeah.
Or do we want to do an underdog lineup together? Let's see.
I feel like if we do the FanDuel one first, we kind of figure out what we're thinking for the games.
Sneaky.
Because
I like
you gotta figure out the game narrative and lean into it.
Yep.
And then I think we either do the same exact thing for underdog, or you do the complete opposite. Judge your bets a little bit.
Mike should be building Watch Your Work merch too. We have a damn logo and a little character here.
Oh, and it's so good. There, we'll get Watch Her Work merch. Watch her merch.
Watch for merch.
We'll get some Watch Your Work merch.
What are we gonna do? Let's throw on. We got our single entry free throw, which is my go-to.
Mike's coming in hot. Mike, okay. Mike saying merch is his idea is a bold claim.
I was just saying, I brought it up today. You guys already have a logo. I think it's a good idea. Sun in 3.
Wow. Mike Zakarian, breaking news, inventor of merch.
Inventor of women's merch. Mike Zakarian.
Finally
supporter of women, making them merch.
What I want for this entire show is Mike to be on the couch and just be an angry old man about whatever we talk about. Please, let's make this happen. All right, let's throw in our free throw. We're going to enter a lineup. Now, general takes on like game twos generally are sort of just like this is a revenge of the first game, especially for maybe 2 upsets we can maybe call in game ones. Definitely an upset for the Sun, maybe not one for the Storm, but maybe a little unexpected. So a lot of people kind of expect that Vegas and Chicago come roaring back.
Yeah.
Personally, to me, it feels more likely that Chicago is the one who's taking it in game 2. What do you think?
I think we're gonna get close games.
Yeah. I think that's a fair bet. I think even if Chicago tries to turn it on and just do what they did to New York in the second game, like Connecticut's too good for that.
Yeah, I think these teams are very evenly matched, and I think yeah, I just think they're going to be close. I think everyone
Mhm.
I really think all of these teams like want to win. Like there is a storyline for all of them. Like
Yeah.
Connecticut hasn't been in there, like gets so close every time, should have
Mhm.
probably been a champion already, like on the brink of success. Chicago, back-to-back champion potential.
Mhm.
Seattle, Sue Bird's last season, like go out with the win. And then you have
Yep.
the Aces with like brand new head coach Becky Hammon, coach of the year,
Yep.
like probable MVP selection. I mean, I guess the
Mhm.
Storm have that too, right? But like this Aces team has just been the story all year. So I don't see blowouts happening.
Okay.
I do think though we're gonna get Aces Sky wins. I think the
Mhm.
series will be evened up.
Mhm.
Um I think I'm hesitant to play like the likes of Asia Wilson
Yep.
because of those Seattle matchups. I do think Stewie does a very nice job defending her.
Mhm.
I don't know if she's gonna. I'm sure she comes back kind of for a little bit of revenge next game.
Mhm.
But if you're looking for like Ace's revenge, who wants to kind of make a name, put on a show, that feels Kelsey Plum maybe is
Yep.
the choice there.
I agree. Also, that's a decent value
Yeah,
on a FanDuel price. Other values for me, if we just look through here, it seems a little wild that Emma Miesemann is 6,200
what do they have
and
the
that Tina
average? Okay,
Charles is
five.
63.
Okay, 5'4". So we
Yeah.
do need some.
Yep.
Yeah, Dewana Bonner at 65.
Yeah, that's low. So if we want to look,
Sue Bird at 6. I love
yeah.
Azare as just a general like FanDuel DraftKings play. I feel like
Mhm.
there's generally some value there.
Especially if
This
she
is
hits a
tough though
three.
if 54 is the
Yep. So let's look below. I think we can get some good play from De'Arca Hamby is going to be out again.
yeah.
Q
So
Stokes
I
is
mean
going to be
this
kind
is
of the
the right. This is
yeah.
the section. But like Talbot, did Talbot outscore Stokes? I don't know if
Let's
she'll
see.
have that kind of game again, but Stephanie
Right.
Talbot played really well.
Let's look at game log. I
Although Kia
forget
Stokes is
she
getting a
played
lot
that
more
well.
minutes.
Yeah. She still got 28 and did 20 for as much foul trouble as she was in that game. It's remarkable that she had that kind of matchup. And then Kia Stokes last game was 18.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, they're pretty comparable.
Mhm.
You get a little more wiggle room with Steph Talbot. So I
Yeah.
do think we're like,
They're also at 4,200 with Stealth Habit.
yeah, like I
Yeah.
think you there's some choices you can make if Steph's in the lineup.
Yeah.
And then like even Mac McGore, I mean, I guess she wasn't playing.
Mhm.
I don't remember what the minutes were there,
Yeah. She did
but yeah,
not do a lot.
anything,
She was in
no.
my
But the
lineup.
ceiling there
Yeah.
feels high. Like, why
Uh,
are we? Although I guess they're not going to utilize Bang McGore the same way now.
right.
Yeah, I think that Talbot's maybe is. We'll scroll down a little. I
Sure.
feel like Talbot's as low as I would go
Mhm.
on
Julie
that.
Allemand had a sneaky game, if I remember right. Oh, only
Oh
6'2". Never
yeah,
mind. Nope, she just hit one shot. Never mind.
she's been in a lot more. They've been giving
Um,
Element a lot more minutes.
yeah, but
Um,
after that, I don't see it down there.
no.
So let's see. Let's not go
Yeah, I think
below.
Talbot and Stokes are your value plays
Yeah,
here, and not
I
like
agree.
great value. Like you kind of have to have a pretty
Yeah.
middle of the road.
If Chicago runs away with it, which you don't foresee happening,
But is that what you think's gonna happen? Because I can help you build that lineup.
I think that's
Like,
what
what's
happens.
your
And
yeah,
so I
okay.
think that like if Connecticut is down big, that like DJ
Oh,
Carrington and
then
another backup.
I think you if that's the case, I think we start over.
I think we do need to start over, but man,
Yeah.
it's hard to turn down Kelsey Plum at
No, clear it.
7,500.
Clear
Yeah.
it. Because no, but
Oh my gosh.
you want to target the other
No,
game.
I agree.
Yeah. So you gotta put a couple scores from and then we'll
Yeah.
just fill in what you need. But if you think okay, so you think Chicago's gonna run away with that. Do you think I don't think we've gotten the Vandersloot performance that we have come to expect in the playoffs quite yet.
I don't think so. And if you're looking at the weakest part of Connecticut defensively, it's going to be at the point guard position. So I think that you're right. So I would go a Vandersloot. I don't know that I trust Emma, but maybe we get a big time performance from Copper. That just leaves us with 51. And then we're going to hope
I wouldn't look at that too much yet because I think you
Yeah.
could still fill in Kia Stokes and Steph Talbot.
Mhm.
Because you're going to
I
need
think
probably that exposure. Quickly,
between
though, that's
these
a good
two
value.
who are going to blow up on a game, I think it's Allie Quigley.
Yeah,
to
I think
hit.
your ceiling for Quigley's higher, but I think
Mhm.
Azare is way more consistent.
I agree, but I think just what I saw from her against Brianna Jones and Alyssa Thomas just leave me concerned. And maybe
Yeah, that's a
that
tough
changes
matchup.
in the
No, that's a tough. You're right.
second game. And then we're
And for
all in
Azare,
Chicago.
like for them to spread the floor and Azare to get more looks, probably you need someone like
Mhm.
Vandersloot and Quigley going off. So like,
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay, that's leaving us in kind of a tricky area for our last two
Yes.
forward spots.
50.
Teresa plays odds. Oh, I wish it would work out. You can maybe hit here, and then what?
I think, yeah. Oh, you can't, man. So maybe this is tough because there's not a lot.
If it's a blowout,
to target that game.
Here's what I'm thinking. Maybe we hit on Rebecca Gardner.
Mm-hmm.
We can make a play for Azare, or how much do we have left if we have?
I think you need a Connecticut. I mean, maybe you don't, but I generally like to put a Connecticut, although you think it's a blowout, so maybe not.
No, but if we did a Bree, then we can still play.
Meg McGore is kind of your.
Yeah, that's going to be our only bet. Let's do that. We're going to hit that lineup and try not to overthink it before tip off tomorrow. Yeah, what are comments that we missed while I was like way too in my head on that? Any plans for playback streams in some of the finals? I think that depends on schedules. Frankly, I'm going to be gone for a week in September. Your boy has a 10-year wedding anniversary, and we are making a great trip out of it.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and we got some other work schedule things we're going to try to work around.
Yeah, we got to figure out. I don't know when I'm working. I just have a feeling it's going to be a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do our best for sure. We're like, I'll be figuring out ways to watch the game. So it's just, can I be, is that from, the subway on my commute, or is that from the comfort of my home in front of a screen? So
right. All right. We got one more moment to give away on here. Was there anything else that you wanted to hit, Kelsey?
No, I think that's good. If I may be inspired to make some lineups. I generally prefer DraftKings to FanDuel. I feel like sometimes the numbers are a little nicer, so I might play around with that. Post it in the Discord.
We'll do one more giveaway, and then I got a little like after school special message to share with everyone. And then we can sign off. I got a special little surprise for folks. This is courtesy of Stubbs. This is what our last giveaway is going to be. We got a Sue Bird TSD that we're going to give away. All we need for you to do is put can we go back on this?
I don't know. We could probably make a new one if you want.
Let's do this. Woman manifested in the chats. Give us one more hashtag of that.
That is a word where the man's version is better for sure.
Thank you, friend. We were hyped.
That was fun.
It was super, super great part of that for the evening. We only got 9 entries. We got more than that watching right now. So put woman infested, woman infested, put the right emphasis on the right syllable,
Woman
and
infested.
and put it in the chat. Let's go. This is for a Sue Bird TSD. We're gonna draw right now.
Yeah, I feel like everyone's already in there.
Yeah. Mac Attack.
Mac Attack.
There you go. Congrats, my guy.
Incredible.
All right. Excellent. We got you down. If you don't get that kind of within the next business day, let me know. Because I have great
Friendly
intentions
reminders.
every time we do this, but I get distracted and we got things going on. Yeah. So I love this emphasis.
Yes.
Womani Fest, Ted. Perfect. Congratulations. So I listen to ESPN Daily podcast kind of on the regular. Pablo Torre does a great job. Just being an ESPN personality on there. He's one of my favorites. He does a great job sort of like finding stories on the daily to tell. And today's they pulled from the person who just reported a story on Kelsey Plum. And essentially the story is that it's just about Kelsey Plum's journey, and kind of the takeaway from the article that was shared was that like Kelsey Plum, this is what blew up on Twitter, that Kelsey Plum would like play her dad and horse to see who would be picking up the dog shit in the backyard, because they had this huge like Rottweiler.
Piece. Yeah, you gotta read
it. It's amazing, and sort of like Kelsey started to fall in love with the game and with winning just like by beating her dad in that. And what it kind of like turned into as her story went on is that she like really experienced a lot of kind of challenges in her basketball journey. She went to the University of Washington with a lot of expectations as a scoring champ, as a person, as a recruit, and she showed up on campus, was named team captain, and immediately felt kind of ostracized by the team. And she went through a lot of kind of challenging periods with that, a lot of introspection. It kind of changed. She said it changed the way she kind of viewed herself and looked at other people in order to be like a better teammate, a better person. And then she came into the league and she struggled as a number 1 draft pick. And what she talked about through this process was that she really was pretty candid about like her experiences with depression and with sort of thoughts that are, like surrounding like self-harm, and just really candid and kind of powerful conversation about that. And in the same week, John Wall for the Rockets had that same conversation, when he was injured, when he was going through a lot of his rehab process. He faced so many setbacks and talked about having similar kind of challenges with his own mental health. And we kind of learned in the last week, and this is kind of a string on the whole year. You date back to last spring with members of the James Madison softball team. And then there's some college athletes that we recently learned of kind of within the last year who sort of had died by the route of self-harm, who had died by suicide. And, really, Kelsey and I, as we were talking for like the show prep, my world in my work is a lot of this like prevention, health, wellness kind of thing. And we do a lot of work in September around like that suicide prevention kind of area. And we just want you to know, as folks who watch this show, as folks who engage with this content, that it's okay to talk about this stuff. It's okay to be open with your struggles. And if you're ever feeling in that kind of like hopeless, depressive state, there are tons of resources and supports out there, namely, and most immediately, the new 988 hotline that provides a lot of resources and supports. It's a national hotline. It can get you connected with local providers and services. So we just want you to know that with September coming up, we want to make this kind of awareness and stance available for y'all. And if you're struggling, reach out to folks. We can be those folks. you can call the 988 hotline.
You can call us and we'll dial in because the
Exactly.
professional help is worth it. Like that
We've
is,
made the call. I've made the call for people and for
yeah.
students, so it's totally
We will
okay
do the best we
to
can,
do
but
that.
we will
Exactly.
probably refer
Yep.
you to professional help and can
Yep.
hold your virtual hand through that
Yes.
process. That
Absolutely.
is
So,
what we
Kelsey,
need.
was there anything you wanted to add on that end?
No, I just thank you for Kevin's so good at finding the important things to say and finding the time to say them and remembering to say them. And
Yeah.
thank you for, prioritizing that and always kind of prioritizing sort of the bigger message and remembering that, we are watching a sport, we're watching a game, we're enjoying kind of the game, the fun, the talk to it. But the players try to do this too. It's bigger than basketball. And so you do such a great job of kind of reminding us of that. And so I appreciate you sharing that and doing that. And I think that's part of the community that,
Yeah.
it's important to talk about all the things, and life happens and life is hard, and
Yeah.
you have people here to support you and that love you and that
Mhm.
will help you if you need it. So
Right. And we're not a community for not supporting each other.
yeah, you
So
know where to find
we're
us.
definitely there for that. So thanks for this fun time tonight, y'all. I freaking nailed Elena Del Don MGLE moment.
I
That's
can't believe.
amazing. I can't believe this.
What a
Um
moment.
I'm not showing up for the pack drop tomorrow. I'm holding my
Yeah, you're
chips.
good.
Yeah, I'm
You got
good.
what
I'm
yeah.
done. Good luck for you tomorrow with the
Thank you.
pack drop,
Yeah.
Kelsey.
I'll just go shopping afterwards.
There we
A
go.
few things I enjoy more than a good online shopping venture. So when
That's
Top Shot
excellent.
has gift cards to their site, we'll be all set. So then I can just that feels much easier for family members to figure out.
It's too late for the wedding registry, but I
Yeah,
think
but
we'll
the
allow it.
holidays are
Right.
coming up.
Right.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah. So good luck to you in the marketplace. Good luck to Mike as he continues to invent merch. And
Yes, the merch
yeah.
store. I have a feeling I'll be if I can find some time to put my merch hat on. Love good merch design. So
Right. And enjoy the games tomorrow. It's gonna be
yeah,
great. Yeah.
guys, find us in the Discord. I promise to do a better job of being present for conversations as the game is happening. That is a thing I will prioritize tomorrow.
There we
Mostly because I know I don't have work the next day, but
go.
we'll be in there.
Most
Let us know your
excellent.
thoughts. Let us know your polls when you get packed tomorrow. And yeah,
Throw them in the Discord.
there we go.
See
We
you
did
later,
it.
all.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.